Hello everybody, welcome to, I guess, the first episode of my 2004Scape Ultimate Iron Ramble. This will just be a short series where I just more or less keep track of some of the progress of my 2004 RuneScape account. I typically don't make videos, and it's not usually something that I'm that interested in doing. But the thought has always occurred to me to document myself playing a RuneScape account. Um, just because I find myself very inspired by other people who do the same, and I generally just find their videos to be a great comfort and just a good way to reconceptualize how I choose to play the game, and maybe learn some new training methods or some new strategies that I can apply in my own gameplay that I find fun. But for the most part, I normally do my own thing and keep to myself and don't put anything out there, so to speak. Yeah, so this is RuneScape in 2004, or at least how it was in 2004. This is a private server called Lost City. I don't know too much about the people who run it, but it's completely free to play at the moment. In a couple months, they're going to be updating the game with members features. They're sort of testing a beta on that at the moment, and that should be ready in a few months' time, and that will still be free to play. So it won't cost you anything to play that. But for the meantime, they've only got the free to play functionality running. So in the meantime, this is more or less a free to play ultimate. But I don't intend for it to stay that way. Once the membership features come in, I'll be doing the membership content and stuff. I'm kind of far along. Well, not too far along, but this isn't a fresh account. I didn't just start. Been playing for a couple days, maybe about a week at this point, on and off, and I'll just show you my stats that I have right now. Nothing too impressive, just some really basic stuff. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just mining some silver ore and smithing it into unstrung symbols. Smelting them into unstrung symbols and selling them to the general store in Alcarid. And I could world hop to get a bit more money for them. Like, they start selling at 80 GP and they go down as you sell them, but I've just been selling them at base value for 20 GP each, because I don't need that much GP for what I'm planning to do. But my plan for the immediate future is to just stay here until 50 crafting, and then I'm gonna spend this GP that I have here on some runes to get my magic up to 49, so I can actually enchant my strength amulet when I can actually make it. And I haven't gotten a ruby from mining yet, so that'd be cool. I'm hoping maybe I can pick up a ruby just from mining some rocks before I hit 50, although at the rate this is going, that doesn't seem to be likely. But I'll also need some cosmic runes from somewhere, so maybe I'll get one whilst I'm killing some stuff for some cosmic runes. But I'll get one from somewhere eventually. If I don't get one from mining, maybe, I don't know, I'll kill a bunch of things and then maybe I'll get one as a drop. But if I don't get one as a drop from there, then maybe I'll just come back and power mine some iron or something to try to get more rolls. for a ruby. I've gotten plenty of other gems, just haven't been lucky with a ruby yet. But that's fine. We can't always be lucky. I don't know. Wait, why am I walking back here? I'm not done yet. So typically, I guess when I do a round of mining here, there's 5 silver ore spawns, so I just sort of hang around and wait. We just wait. And then, wait for the ore to respawn, and once it respawns, we mine the ore. You all know how it works, right? Right. So I do that, I collect an inventory, about 25, and then I go back, I go and I smelt it. I smelt the ore in the furnace. That's what I do. And you can do it too. Lost City 2004 RuneScape private server. Get on it. Like, yeah, there's plenty of fun to be had. So obviously, I'm doing standard Ultimate Iron rules. No banking, no trading. I'm not a casual. I'm smart. I have many autism, so that makes me powerful, and enables me to play game modes like this very easily, just because I'm simply just built different. If you're not autistic, you can never be like me. You can never play an Ultimate Iron. No one's ever done it before without autism, so just don't attempt it. Stay in your lane and go work in a factory. Go work in a factory until you die. That's what, if you're not autistic, that's what you are supposed to do. There's not a whole lot for me to say, and also I do not have too much to say. So I'm a little bit into my gameplay at the moment. I've done all of the free-to-play quests except for Dragon Slayer, which I don't intend to finish just because I want to stay 10 defense, just because black armor is the coolest. And when Members comes out, we'll have access to clue scrolls, so I'll be able to do some easy clues and get myself some trimmed black armor, which will look even slightly cooler. And I have to look cool. If I don't look cool, then there's no reason to do it. It's like this is all about aesthetics and perception. So it's like, well, why even play RuneScape if your character doesn't look kind of badass? I'm just gonna stay 10 defense for the meantime. Probably for the whole time I'm playing this. I don't know. I just always really liked black armor. I think because it was something that was very obtainable back in the day. When we were all kids playing for the first time, and it's like you might not necessarily be able to afford that gold trimmed rune armor yet, but maybe you can get a little bit of GP together and you can buy some of the black armor and wear that, and it's only maybe a few months to maybe even a year into the game, especially if you're just playing free to play, that would have actually have been able to afford that trimmed armor. So it's trimmed rune. What I like to do after I've mined an inventory is just check the gem shop here to see if there are any sapphires or emerald in stock. These don't restock very often. I think it's probably like every half hour or something. And other people usually buy it out, but it doesn't really hurt for me to check it on my way back, since I usually have this one empty slot that's not worth waiting for another ore to respawn. And so I just come over here and I just smith everything, and then craft it. So I'll show you how that looks. If this is maybe a little bit too boring for you, then like this probably isn't the game for you. This is a boring game for boring people. It is a depressing game for depressive folks. So if you have clinically like diagnosable depression, this game will be fantastic for you. You can waste hundreds of hours here, and like that will numb the pain. You won't have to think about, like the fact that you work at McDonald's, and the fact that you will eventually live at McDonald's, and you will eventually live at McDonald's. You will work at McDonald's for the rest of your life. You will die at McDonald's, and then your corpse will become McDonald's. Yeah, you don't have to think about any of that if you have RuneScape, because when you have RuneScape, none of that matters. You can live in here, inside the computer, like this guy. Bend over. I don't like that guy. Bend over, if you're watching this, I want you to die. In any fashion. Like you could walk into traffic maybe. But record it so we can see it. That's what we're doing in 2025. We're actually recording things so people can see it. So just smithing all the stuff, crafting all the stuff, slowly but surely inching my way towards that sweet 50 crafting. I get about 1,000 experience per trip, something like that. I think these are 50 crafting XP each, so it's like shouldn't take me too many more trips to finish this off, maybe like 30 or so. Which does actually take quite a while, it's probably going to take me the rest of the day. Or maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get it done eventually. I have quite a lot of other things I'm working on at the moment, so like, I don't normally pay like this much attention while I'm recording. I'll just quickly show you all my bank, just to show that there's nothing in there but my starter GP and all that. So I might start using the bank at some point if I get a little bit tired of this mode, but for the most part I'm just gonna keep playing as an ultimate, because that's the more or less that's the way I've played for the past decade on OSRS. I'll throw my old school stats up on screen or something. I was getting kind of close to maxing my ultimate, but I don't think I will continue with that account, just because I'm not happy with how the corporate wing of Jagex has been, trying to, I guess, they're looking for ways to ransom the game back to the existing customer base. At least that's how I feel. And, to me that shows signs of just like complete capitalist delusion. You know, capitalists are delusional. They require a fake reality in order to be able to live with themselves. And so that fake reality is crashing into the more quaint simulation that was our game. But you know, there's always been a lot of money pulling the strings at Jagex, so like you have to expect some sort of like extinction level event within that game every few years. And you know, I'm sure OSRS will continue to thrive and a lot of people will have a lot of fun playing it, but you know, they sent a very clear message that they're not looking to cater to veteran players who have been playing the game for the past decade and even longer. They don't need us to make money. They can make money from people who will play for a week and then leave, and you know, that's fine. We're not wanted in the game that in the game that in the game that only exists because we wanted it. But that's fine. We can always start over again. I always like to think of RuneScape more like a continuum than, you know, like something you ever finish, because you know, I always find myself playing these sort of like increasingly obscure game modes, and I feel like that's something that I do to give myself more RuneScape to play, because I don't want the journey to ever be over. I just like playing the game. So you know, I'll probably stick to this account for a while, and I guess if Jagex ever shuts down 2004Scape, maybe I'll move on to something else and do a different series for that, or maybe not. But for the time being, this is what I'm doing. I don't know how frequently progress videos are going to be on this sort of thing. I'm thinking I will just sort of I'll do a new one every time I sort of change what I'm doing. So maybe after I finish all of this crafting and stuff here, you know, maybe I'll do another talk when I'm killing some lesser demons with magic or something, because that's my plan. You know, spend this GP on some runes to get 49 magic to enchant my eventual strength amulet. If I ever get that ruby, I might never get it. You never know. Like, nothing's for certain. So like, I may just never get it. That's probably not the most likely outcome of things. I think I'll probably get it eventually, but there's a chance that I'll never get it. There's a greater than 0 chance that I will never get it. So I'm just prepared for that, I suppose. Yeah, I will keep mining this silver and then crafting it until I get 50, and then I'll move on to whatever the next thing is, which will probably be magic to get 49 there. And then once I have the strength amulet, I'll feel a little bit more confident to train my melees, because I trained a bit of melee stats up just at chickens, and yeah, that's where this prayer comes from too. I've just been burying all the bones at chickens, which you can kind of do like 0 time whilst you're waiting for the chickens to respawn if you want to be a psycho about it. So I did that for a bit. I didn't pick them all up. I had some downtime where I just let some despawn because I didn't want to like injure my wrist for no reason or anything. But I think after I get my strength amulet, I'll do some melees. I'll probably try to get like 40 attack at chickens or something, just because that seems like really fast, and it's like a good combat XP to prayer XP ratio, a bit more like click intensive. And then after I get 40 for a rune sword, I'll probably go to giants or something, get some big bones there, and those have a bit more HP. I can just like chill out there, and I'll probably also train some ranging there as well. I don't have any range levels, but it'd be good to get 40 just for some chaps. And of course, to wear black D-hide chaps, I'd need 70 range and probably 79 crafting to make those, but you know, obviously those won't be available until members releases, so I'm not gonna bother getting my crafting higher than 50 until members, just because I'm sure there'll be a lot faster and better methods for me than mining silver ore at Alcarid. This is very slow. In terms of long-term goals for the account, I guess more or less just I want to sort of max my combats aside from defense, and then I'll probably do some more skilling after that, but I don't know if I'll ever max this account. I don't think there's enough time left like for the species for me to max this account. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be dead soon. You know, with it, like I don't know, it's just the vibe that I'm getting at the moment, but I think, I don't know, I'm pretty sure we're in the process of extinction. Like, I think global warming has already like wiped us out. Like, you know, if we did like everything we could to try and stop it, it just, like, you know, if we all started tomorrow, it wouldn't be enough to really reverse anything. You know, so it's like the rich people will be fine. They'll get to live in like floating houses, you know, like powered by like Elon Musk's shit rockets or whatever. You know, fully insulated, completely air conditioned. You know, and the rest of us will just sort of like die in extreme weather events. You know, like, you know, like I expect I'll probably go out by like, you know, one day I'll go to the store to get some food, and there'll be gale force winds. You know, from all of like the increased like, you know, like solar radiation or whatever that will be like barraging the earth on account of like no ozone layer or whatever. I don't know how any of this works, so don't take what I'm saying seriously at all. But I'll be like going out to get like food, which will cost $1,000, and then I'm gonna be hit by like a car or something, but not anyone driving it. It's just gonna be a car picked up by the wind from like the other side of the continent, and it's just gonna like slam into me and crush my entire skeleton in one go. But that won't be enough to kill me. That'll just hurt really bad. So I'll just be like, you know, like on the sidewalk after the impact with a completely like crushed skeleton, and I'll be screaming for help, and hundreds of people will walk past me, and they'll look down at me, and then they'll say, well, she shoulda, you know, it's like, she shoulda gotten a better job or whatever. She should have pulled herself up by the bootstraps. She deserves this. Yeah, that's what they will say to me. And then one guy will come along, and he'll like walk up to me, and you know, I'll be there with my bones all pulverized. I'll be just like murmuring, just like, you know, because like, I won't be able to talk properly because all my stuff will be like fucked up. But like I'll be asking for help, you know, like, as best I can. And this guy is gonna look at me and he's gonna be like, oh, what, you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? And then he's gonna, like, you know, he's gonna start, like, stomping on my brain, and he's gonna be like, I work harder than you. I work harder than everybody. And then he's gonna hand me a pamphlet that says something like, the weak should fear the strong. Learn to love Jesus today. Something along those lines. And that will actually be what saves me. You know, like, I'll get my shit together, you know, I'll muster the strength to actually read that pamphlet. I will learn the truth of Jesus Christ and how he died to, like, undo the save on our sins. And then it turns out that nobody ever actually sinned or will ever sin again because of this guy. This guy did this. He did it for us. And you can learn it from a pamphlet too. That's all it takes, is you can read it in a pamphlet. And then you'll know, and then once you know, you're better than everybody. I'm not trying to be condescending. This is how the world works. This is RuneScape. This is how RuneScape works. Yeah. So, I'm gonna continue putting the silver ores in this furnace here, and if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. But if you've watched and listened this far, you know, it's like you've got the same kind of brain damage that I have, and you know, it's like we should probably stick together, because it's tough out there. So you need to watch my RuneScape videos. You need to watch my RuneScape videos so that you have community. If you don't watch my RuneScape videos, you have no community. And you need that to live. Yeah. So, you know, we're all just part of one big happy RuneScape community here. But obviously, I'm the head of that community. What I say is paramount. If anyone questions my leadership in the community, I want you to spread rumors about them. We need to fuck up their entire social cohesion within the group. We need to ostracize that person immediately because they're actually dangerous. They want to hurt the community. So, you know, like, poison them in their sleep if that's what it takes. You know, it's just no one can question the leader, which is me. That's me. I'm the leader of this community. Yeah. Now, I'll just be updating whenever I do a new thing. And I'll probably try dial things in, you know, like 30 minutes is a bit long of a ramble video. Like 30 minutes is a long time to say not a lot, but you know, nobody values your time in this modern world. Everybody's, you know, everybody is secretly talking shit about you behind your back, and we all think you're crazy, and this is because you are crazy. So, like, you know, but you know, everybody wants to lie to you, but not me. I would never lie to you. I only tell the truth all the time, and one truth that I can tell you about this modern hellscape that we all live in is that nobody gives a shit about your time. Everybody wants to waste your time. So, like, if you have wasted some of your time here and you feel regretful about that, then, you know, like, somebody else would have done it also. You can also sort of choose how to spend your time. This is how I like to spend my time. I like mining virtual rocks and then putting them in the I think my favorite part is putting them in the furnace. I really like when things are exposed to heat and melt. Yeah. You know, and that's what's going to happen to us, all of us, very soon. We're all going to melt and die, and we will all be extinct, and then that will be that. Woo-wee. Which is fine, because humans aren't special. We think we are, but we're not. And yeah, that's the facts. So next episode will probably be more interesting. There might be a bit of combat. I know you all like violence, so you know, I'll try to put some violence in the next episode. Maybe some magic too. So you know, there'll be arcane spells, there'll be violence, there'll be demons. You know, those are almost as interesting as rocks, but if you're a geology enthusiast, this is the episode for you. We've been mining a lot of rocks. And yeah, bada bing, bada boom. The end.